everyone, and welcome to this SUPboarder review. Now, where's Bo this time? I'm in Greece, and I'm reviewing the Quroc Allwater 12'6" touring board. Now, super exciting to be out here in a different country testing a board. I'm out on the water today. I'm going to be giving you this review from the water, and I really do hope that you like this kind of style. So I'm going to be getting into all the specifications of this board shortly, the construction. We're going to be going through how it feels on the water, obviously all the fittings on the board, and then we're going to be getting into a little bit more of a deeper dive to see if this board is going to be right for you, its value for money, pros and cons, and all of that jazz at the end of this video. So make sure you do stick around, watch this video to see if this board is going to be right for you. Let's go through the specifications of this board first. This 12 feet 6 inches long, comes in at 30 inches wide and is 5.9 inches thick. Totals a volume of 300 liters. It weighs 9 kilograms and the rider weight is suitable up to 120 kilograms. However, you can still put some more gear on. The board has a single US center fin box and it retails for 789 British pounds. Diving into the construction of the board, a cross-woven drop stitch with that monocoque fusion double layer technology. Now, monocoque is just the structural skin, so that is doubled up, fused together to give you a lighter, stronger and stiffer board. Now take a look at the package contents that you do get with purchase. Obviously you get the board and we'll go through that later in the review. However, you also get the 3-piece Pura Vida carbon paddle. Now this paddle has an anti-twist for the handle, which is a really nice touch. It's a super lightweight paddle as well, and it's a really good quality that you do get with the package. The clamps all seem really nice and easy to use and tight as well. Along with that, you get the Sherpa wheeled backpack. Now, this is a great looking backpack, really nice and padded as well for your comfort. Has wheels as well for easy transport. In addition to that wheeled backpack, you do get a lightweight dry bag backpack for the board, but also you can stash a lot of gear in there that you don't want to get wet and take it on the board with you. And even if you were using the board, maybe going for a hike up to a lake or something like that, you can fit the board into the backpack with the accessories attached. And then that way you are not having to carry that heavier backpack in that wheeled version. Taking a look at the pump that you get, it is a GRI HP8 pump. Now this is a nice powerful pump to be able to get all of that air into the board. It's a double action pump, so lifting up on the upstroke and the downstroke, you'll be pumping air. And then if you change the little dial on the pump, you can change it to a single action, which means it's a little bit easier when you get up to that higher PSI. You get an FCS 9-inch SUP fin. That is that touring style shape, and it fits nicely in the box as well. And you also get an additional 4.6-inch flex river fin for shallow water paddling. One of the highlights in this package is the quick release safety leash from Quroc. Now this is a handy addition to have, and it should come with all boards across the market. Waist leashes are definitely for use in moving water, but you can also use them when you are paddling in flat water as well. And along with that waist leash, you do get that coiled ankle leash as well in the package. Obviously you can go around your ankle or connect to that waist leash when you are paddling. You also get a small green dry bag. Now that contains your repair kit. And you do also get some Velcro water bottle holders too. Now a whole range of different accessories that you do get with purchase of that package. And I think I'm just going to talk a little bit more about Quroc, the brand, to start with before we get into the board, because that's really going to set the scene for what you're buying into and a little bit more about the company. So Quroc is a UK-based stand-up paddleboard company, and their mission is to improve your on-water experience, which means you're kind of getting the most out of your paddling experience. One of the best things about Quroc is that they do test and ride all of their designs before they go on to the market. So just make sure that you are buying a board that is really suitable to the needs of the paddler or the needs of you as a user. Now, Quroc have a 3-year warranty on their boards, which is pretty awesome. But they also include a lifetime care package with that. So you get free repairs on your board for the life of the board, which I think is a great initiative. They also do some awesome things on their lifetime care package, which includes a return of the board when it does come to the end of its life or when you want to trade in, and it doesn't matter what condition it's in, you will get £100 off your next order on a Quroc board. And that way Quroc are actually disposing of the boards responsibly, environmentally consciously. So great initiative from Quroc. More brands should be doing this 100%. let's jump into the board and speak about the fittings that we do find on top of the 12.6 all-water touring board. So starting on the deck of the board, up at the nose, you do have a handle for maneuvering the board in shallow water. Now, I really like the addition of these handles at the nose, and they've also got one at the tail, which we'll get to, but it's just really handy when you are touring and needing to lift up the nose when you are carrying gear on the board. Now, just behind that, you'll see that D-ring as well as a accessory attachment, so you can attach a camera mount there, maybe a drink bottle holder, something like that that's going to go up the front. Now, moving back from that, we do have the bungee system. Now, this is a removable bungee system, so you can see those clips there. You can take the bungee off, you can replace it, you can put more on there, however you'd like to do it. And that big blue dry bag that you get with the package, that does fit under there really well. And also on the bungees, we'll notice that it has the padded handles there. That just gives you an extra location to be able to maneuver the board and grab a hold to be able to maneuver it in shallow water. And again, just back from that, there are two handles on the rails, one on each side. Take a look at the deck pad that we do find on the board. This is a diamond pattern deck pad. Now, it's not the grippiest deck pad, and I'm going to speak in real time here, that when you are rocking from side to side or when you do have a little bit of waves, it feels a touch slippery, but I'm not going to say it's overly slippery for a deck pad. It still gives you nice grip, but it'd be nice to have maybe a crocodile skin texture or something else just to give it a bit more added grip, because I do feel like it's a bit lacking in that department. We have a center carry handle on the board, nice and balanced when you are carrying it. And then on the deck, you'll also notice two D-rings and actually a third D-ring as well toward the tail. Moving back from that, you can see that there is another bungee system at the back there that you can use, and they are those removable bungees as well. Obviously, those handles on the side of those bungees too for added maneuverability in that shallow water. And then you'll also see another handle located at the tail of the board for that maneuverability as well. Obviously, our valve point, our D-ring for our leashing point. And then if we flip the board over, we'll notice that we do have a tail runner underneath the board for quick release of that water off the tail, making your board paddle just that slightly bit faster. And then also that center US center fin box, which that 9-inch touring fin fits into. To be fair, this is probably one of the most well set up touring boards that you'll find on the market. And that was true for the 13-foot all-water from Quroc as well, because that did win a SUPboarder Pro test last year, that massive iSUP test that we tested a whole heap of touring boards. It came out on top, and that's just because it is a really well-built board. It's got everything you need to get touring, and if you are definitely looking for a touring board, this should be on your list. However, it's not for all of you out there, and I'll speak more about it at the end of the video, but I'm going to touch on it now because we're going to speak about how the board does feel on the water. And the first thing we always mention is just the stability. Now, at 30 inches wide, it's not the narrowest, but it's also not the widest touring board. It kind of sits in that middle range. 6 inches thick, it's quite high off the water if you are that lighter weight rider, but still you get that nice width as well. For me, I feel like it's just that little bit twitchy when you are paddling it. However, I think that adds to the performance because it's fast and it glides really well and it tracks really well too. So you're definitely seeing some pros and cons, but I do feel like I'm not 100% stable when I am paddling the board. Obviously, when I'm up to a speed and moving, it's fine, but standing still here and the water's just got a little bit of boat wake, boat chop, bit of wind on it, I'm still really working hard and I can really feel the arches of my feet just starting to ache a little bit. And that step back turn was a little bit sketchy because the tail does narrow in a little bit. However, it was fairly easy. You're not going to be doing too many step back turns on this if you are using it as a touring board though. You don't get that tail pad kick at the back as well. These boards aren't aimed at that beginner paddler. I'm definitely recommending it for someone with a bit more experience that has been paddling before, only because of this reason. But in saying that, you're getting these benefits like amazing glide. This board feels like it's so fast through the water compared to other 12.6 boards. I think that's down to the weight of the board as well. 9 kilograms, that's amazing, to be fair, to have a 12.6 board, all these accessories on the board, all these fittings at 9 kilograms. Usually these boards weigh up to about 12 kilograms with some other brands, maybe even slightly more. So you're getting a great lightweight board, which just adds to that agility, adds to a nicer feeling in the water when you are paddling it. And then you just go on to tracking, and with that big 9-inch touring fin in the back, that 30 inches of width, I feel like it's quite a parallel outline. So you are getting great tracking, which means paddling in a straight line. You're not having to switch sides of your paddle too often, which is really nice. I like that out of a board. And even paddling into wind in a bit of bump, it still performs nicely. One of the best things as well about the shape of this board is just that the nose rocker is nice and flat, which gives you that added glide, added speed. So some really great things happening on the Allwater 12.6 from Quroc. Those drawbacks, just those two things I mentioned before, deck pad being just that little bit slippery, and also the stability, not having that primary stability. But I'll lead into who this board's going to suit, because you can definitely improve that stability and balance on the water. If you're definitely that lighter weight rider looking to go on a touring adventure, so carrying a bit of gear, say you are in the weight range of 55 to 75 kilograms, you want to pack a bit more gear on the board as well, this board is absolutely perfect for you. You will have to have some paddling experience before, so maybe some coastal paddling. You've been paddling in different conditions. You'll definitely have a much more fun experience on this board, just because of that balance and just getting used to turning a bigger board and things like that. Then if we move into, say, a heavier rider, now I'm 85 kilograms, so if you were to go above 85 kilograms, you could definitely do this, but I wouldn't suggest putting too much more weight on the board. You could really be a rider up to about 110 kilograms on this at a super advanced level, and you'd want to be using this board for fast touring or fast cruising, or using this board as a fitness board, just because you're not going to have that stability if you were just going to cruise along. You wanted to take in the scenery. This is definitely, you have to be switched on a little bit to be riding this board. Now, getting into that value for money, 789 British pounds, that's a pretty awesome price for this board. You get a really well-built board. It's going to last a long time. You've got great accessories, getting a good paddle with it as well. And you're buying into a company that gives you a 3-year warranty plus free repairs for the lifetime. That's amazing. So definitely worth your money to spend on this board. I will say as well that Quroc do move towards some more environmentally friendly decisions. For example, their boards are wrapped in paper, and they are moving away from plastic packaging in their boards and in their package. They do support local charities as well, such as Surfers Against Sewage in the UK, doing lots to protect the places that we do paddle in. And they do ship to the EU. So if you are located in Europe, then you can get yourself a Quroc board as well. Just do check the shipping prices. Obviously, they are changing a lot. But lots of great stuff to say about Quroc. I'm really impressed with this board. I'm going to keep paddling this board because I love it. And obviously, we've got a few more days left on holiday in Greece, so I'm going to be using a little bit more. I hope that you enjoyed watching this review as much as I did creating it. And we look forward to seeing you on another SUPboarder review really soon. Thanks so much for tuning in.